1945. The Third Reich is collapsing. Allied soldiers are sweeping across Germany. But they aren't just hunting for soldiers. They are hunting for secrets. Deep in the forests of Hillersleben, they find a testing ground, unlike anything they've seen before. In the files, they don't find plans for another tank or a better gun. They find blueprints for a weapon straight out of science fiction. The technical name was the Sonnengewehr, in English, the sun gun, an orbital mirror designed to burn cities, using the power of the sun itself. It sounds impossible. It sounds like a myth, but the math was actually correct. The concept came from Hermann Oberth. He wasn't a madman. He was one of the fathers of modern rocketry. His idea was simple childhood physics. You take a magnifying glass, catch the sun, and burn a hole in a leaf. Now scale that up, way up. Oberth proposed a mirror, 3.5 square miles wide. It would float 5,100 miles above the Earth, a man-made moon made of metallic sodium. This wasn't just a weapon, it was a weather machine. It could boil oceans or burn entire cities to ash. The Nazis did the math. They estimated it would take 50 to 100 years to build, but they were willing to wait. The sun gun made for impressive propaganda. But deep inside Nazi research facilities, a different team was working on something far more grounded and far more dangerous. They weren't pointing mirrors at the sky. They were accelerating particles to kill. The device was called a betatron, a circular particle accelerator that could whip electrons to near light speed. In peacetime, it was a tool for physics research, but Nazi engineers saw something else entirely. What if you could focus that stream of accelerated particles into a concentrated beam, aim it at an aircraft engine, and watch it fall from the sky? This wasn't science fiction. The physics worked, and by 1944, a prototype was under development. The work was scattered across secret facilities, compartmentalized, so that no single Allied bombing raid could destroy the entire program. Different teams worked on different pieces. Power generation here, beam focusing there, targeting systems somewhere else. The scientists weren't madmen in bunkers. They were brilliant physicists, many of them reluctant, working under threat. But the weapon they were building didn't care about their politics. How close did they get? Close enough to terrify Allied intelligence. Post-war reports estimated the particle beam weapon was 12 to 18 months from a working prototype. Germany surrendered in May 1945. When Allied forces swept through these facilities, they didn't find a death ray, but they found something almost as alarming. The blueprints, the research notes, the partially built components, and they found the scientists. Which brings us to what happened next. By May 1945, the Third Reich was ash. Hitler was dead. The labs were empty. But the scientists were very much alive, and suddenly everyone wanted them. The United States launched Operation Paperclip, a secret program to recruit Nazi Germany's top scientists before the Soviets could get to them. Weapons engineers, rocket scientists, and yes, the men who had dreamed of death rays. Their war crimes were quietly erased, their files sanitized, their pasts buried under paperclips. The men who built weapons for the Reich, built rockets for NASA, missiles for the Pentagon, and the particle beam research. It didn't die in a German lab. It moved to New Mexico. The Sonnengewehr was never built. The particle beam never fired. On paper, these were failures. But the scientists who designed them didn't disappear. They went to work for us. The V2 became the Shaitan 5. Nazi rocket science put men on the moon. But the death ray, that research, became something else entirely. Directed energy weapons, lasers that can shoot down drones, microwave systems that can disable electronics from miles away. The death ray didn't die in 1945. It just changed hands. If this is the kind of history they don't teach you in school, subscribe, because this is just the beginning.